bring everybody on board, those who've joined us, to view. A lot has been done. We appreciate the economy was open, our children went back to school. That's a good policy initiative, where because the government, as per policy said, we have closed schools. Now, one of the initiatives is we've opened back again schools. And we do earmark, a lot has been achieved in that. We were part of that outcry when all the schools were closed. We were facing a number of social and economic challenges. Some of our young girls, of course, you know.
But if I may post a question, Mr. Moderator.
Okay, please. You can.
The school has been open. But are you sure all our children went back to school? That's a big question. It is debatable. When you look the other time, I sit in a subcommittee for parliamentary assurance on education. We did simple research to find out the school has been open, right?
Yes.
But do we have children taking effective learning? Has sizable population of students gone back to school? When you look at private institutions, the private schools, the kind of the tuition fees they're charging is too exorbitant, very high. Now, what policies do we have? Those are things we're discussing right now.
Exactly.
How can we really minimize on overcharging school fees and tuition?
The school fees and
so that we feed this vulnerable person who is just from COVID-19, who can't afford. And what kind of thing have we brought to spice up this secondary school teacher who during COVID-19 pandemic, when he was not teaching, he was there making chapat, doing a small scale business and earning about 800,000. And you expect that teacher to go back and teach soberly at 600,000 a month? It can't match. So much is the country has been, the economy has been opened, the students has gone back to school, but also we need to look at the quality and how many went back to school. And do our parents, are they really affording paying the school fees? So those are the kind of things that we need to look at. And very soon, the other time I had from the corridor of power, that there is a possibility of removing the UPE.
Yeah, I read there was a circular concerning the cabinet position.
We are waiting to see that.
To enable those who want to pay fees for UPE so that they can pay.
Now that means that UPE is by name. It's not very substantively contributing enough today to the education standard of this country. So the most important thing also, whereas we appreciate that the economy has been reopened and school has been reopened, students has gone back to school, but how many went back to school?
Thank you. We'll be coming back to you. But dear viewers, as we talk about the economy, there are economic drive forces. The first session we dealt with the forces of demand and supply, and basically looking at productivity, which Mr. Asege was able to articulate properly and was very much concerned. And Honorable Dennis also brought in the discussion which was relating with the issue of interest rate. And our concern remains, as we Smart Television, we want to see business, driving business. And it was very important to bring out that challenge. But we also pose again, not a problem to a problem, but we look through that channel where you were to be able to get a solution. The implementation of the rightful policies. Maybe, I don't know how I can put it forward. It should not take many days where maybe we should have a sword. Let me call it that way. Because every time we can come up with the models. Here in Parliament, which will not only go to see maybe what is happening long and stop there. We used to have PAC. And PAC, they could even, that one, the Parliamentary Accountability Committee, they could arrest you from there. So that you can see action. In terms of banks,
we still have PAC, by the way.
Yes. Yes, thank you, sir. So we are looking at the economic drive, then agriculture, productivity. He talked about value addition so that we can be in much more in exporting than importing, including the coffee we are taking, to find that we are taking an finished product, which is just improved from India. Please, you're welcome again, and you give us your view.
I was actually driving in there. We don't need only value addition.
But don't also forget the education aspect.
There is quite a number of things that we as Uganda, as government, should come up with not only good books, as good papers, policies that the Honorable said, talked about. If you are aware from presidential speeches, a number of speeches he made during COVID and whatnot, people cried. The people were renting. The tenants cried a lot of the price remaining constant, the rent remaining constant. But when they are not working, vis-a-vis products, the old products. Imagine shops were closed for a year. And what could have happened to the product that was bought at higher prices? They have been suffering. They must have suffered the bank issue. They must have suffered the loss of their product. Now gaining back is also another process, because I believe most of the products that were in the stores got bad. And they were just either given freely or destroyed or brought to market, and people are using it causing more harm on our body or on our day-to-day life. So there's quite a lot of things. First of all, as we are looking at value addition, we should look at quality assurance. We should also check, government must check the quality of products that are there. What should government have done? Okay. Government should have come up with the initiative of helping the business community, not only the business community, giving even incentives to the production company.
You have talked about the quality of production.
Yes.
And the quality of production, it should be known to the viewers. We have the Uganda Bureau of Standards.
Yes,
Is it not doing well?
I'm trying to say that Uganda Bureau of Standards should ensure, because I believe majority of products that are in the market are those products that were locked also. You know, it was not only human beings that were locked. It was not Ugandans only who were locked inside. Even the products were locked. You get it?
The products were
so
locked.
what happened to those products? Now, when we now look at the agriculture, it's definitely dependent on nature, and nature was not locked because it was God driven. People produced, but you cannot come to the market. Bringing commodity to the market, you must face very many roadblocks and all that fear and the tremor and all those kind of things. Where could this farmer who used to get his money before COVID now get the money to recover? So his product has even gone down. Now
One question. We are now talking about that market chain.
Yes.
And the market chain, the reality of the matter, what you said, is that now demand, and the demanded commodity is now available. You go to the market.
Go to the market.
So now why is it that we are not seeing now commodities going to the market?
Now you are not seeing commodity market because one, assuming now, let me put yourself in my shoes that I'm talking about. You have been cultivating, let's take a case of maize. You have been cultivating 4 acres or 10 acres or 20 acres of maize grain before COVID. Now, there came in abrupt lockdown. You are there with your sacks of maize, locked. No vehicle, no market. What will happen to the maize? It will get bad. Now, if it gets bad, what will happen to your pocket financially? It will go down. Remember, you must have invested to bring out those maize, those sacks of maize. You invested a lot of money. Sometimes
maybe even you had the loan.
Also.
Yes,
now, you are struggling to pay that loan because bank has never forgiven you. You will struggle to pay that loan. So your mind has been diverted from production to paying loan. You get what is happening? So we are saying this is the time that government would have looked at such kind of production initiative to give those kind of farmers to keep them, along. Because when you look, you pose the question to Honorable here, that does government have powers to regulate? Giving a time. First of all, government has it was a request, actually. Honorable aware. There's no law that gives either president or to control commercial bank. There's no law because those commercial bank, those are business. Those are business.
But the Bank of Uganda, if we had a policy recommendation, a fiscal policy recommendation by the Bank of Uganda,
yes,
the late governor, and made recommendations, of which now the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, also through again the Ministry of Finance,
yes,
should take it up and implement.
Yes, I know that.
So why is it that there is a mismatch? What is failing?
There was no law. That's why it has to come to Parliament to enact a law because all this came without law. Okay, they must enact a law to give President power or Bank of Uganda power to even not only regulating commercial bank, but even imposing on commercial bank if need be in such kind of situation, because they have not levied away their loans that they had given out. They only extended for weeks and months, but also because they also need to exist. So what we are looking at here, I'm trying to say that we are trying to say that
you have 2 minutes to conclude your point. Yes,
would come up with the following.
Yes,
would come up with the what we refer to buffer policy, buffer stock policy.
Buffer stock
policy. Buffer. This means you stock food, treat it well. You stock fuel. You stock all those kind of essential commodities. In the time of crisis, you bring you bring the commodity in the market to regulate the price. To regulate the price and supply.
The government comes to regulate.
It is the government. The government. Other countries are doing so. Much as there's outcry of price increment in other nations, but ours here is so much. Why? Because we don't have the buffer stock policy. When people were locked down, you saw government of Uganda shamelessly going to ask money from people to bring food. I remember an old woman, LOC1, brought 10,000, to buy food for Uganda.
Thank you.
Ugandan government is supposed to bring food.
Which collection were not accounted for.
Which was not accounted for. Secondly, as I conclude,
yes, sir,
we must have what they call we should bring back the marketing board. The marketing board comes
marketing boards.
Yes,
and
marketing boards
and cooperatives.
and cooperative societies.
Yes.
You see, that will help even in regulating all this supply and all those kind of poverty in the people. I've not read the document on parish development model, but I've been briefed about it. But it's not really giving solution, as said by Honorable.
Yes.
So what we have to say, let me give an example.
As you conclude.
As I conclude.
Yes.
Let me give an example of Kitugu municipality. How many bodas are just in central ward? Or one ward, or in Kitugu, just Kitugu municipality. How many bodas are there? Let's assume that they are 1,000. Okay, 1,000 boda. How much is boda? One boda is 4,000. 4 million. 4 million times 1,000 boda. That's around 4 billion. Okay, individuals have their money. They are having 4 billion there. It is just we need just a policy to divert that 4 billion into productive to bring results.
Thank you.
That will help the local community.
Thank you. Yes, we appreciate your views, sir.
Yeah.
And your views are very well taken care of. Do you want to add another?
Yes, I'm adding just finally. Government has to look at apply now the aspect of opportunity cost. Where are you putting where are you investing in?
Yes.
If you want to help and put this, invest in what? I would prefer that instead of looking at parish, we would look at each sub-county. And we put silos in each sub-county so that we can collect those foods there that will help in times of crisis, that even will help in time of what? Of supply.
Thank you for your submission. And I want maybe to make it much more clearer that, as Honorable said, we've taken care of what you said, but there is a point of view which I would like dear viewers not forget: the investment and the allocation of resources to target various key sectors that matters. Honorable, you mentioned that, and you're about to give us your last word. It was a very touching point. And the research, because the expenditure and allocation of resources, both at a family level and at a national level, if it doesn't go to where production matters to bring in investment and income, then it will remain the crisis. So, Honorable, you can, in 3 minutes, as we are concluding, what would like to speak the nation on how we can stabilize this by that using that point of view.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like
you have 3 minutes to conclude. Yes.
I stated before that we need to look at the micro economic approach to help, first of all, the very needy person to come up a bit.
Yes.
At the moment, after the COVID-19, we have people who are barely cannot afford the basic needs. We have people whose businesses has collapsed totally, and they need to be assisted. We talked about the interest rate reduction.
Yes.
We attempted to talk about how the government should negotiate with these other people. You know, the free market economy brings a lot of challenges. The free market economy.
I'm worried we can use 1 minute and we conclude because of time. Yes.
Whereby someone wakes up and put any amount of money, attach any figure to the product he's selling, he's selling.
Yes, please.
But above all, since time is going, I want to say that for us to recover the economy of this country, there are certain fundamental issues which are inevitable. We must actually do. One, the allocation of funds.
The allocation of funds, dear viewers, is important, both at family level and at a national level.
Exactly. Then two, at family levels, we need also our citizens to be wise in how they're utilizing the meager resources that they have.
Yes.
Invest wisely.
Invest wisely. That's very important.
And also avoid unnecessary expenditure that limit productivity. At family level, it's very important.
That's important. Thank you.
Now, when you come at the governmental level, we need to look at all possible ways of carving down corruption.
Corruption, misuse of resources.
Misuse of resources.
Patronage politics.
It is
all
terrible.
That. Yes.
You know, when a certain money for a particular activities has been budgeted, and it so happened that a quarter of that money is stolen, or did not go to the right activity, nothing tangible will take place. So if we can manage corruption in this country, it will be very good. Corruption has become too high to an extent whereby I would say there is a clan of a corrupt official who are waiting to steal anything at hand. There is a group of people, I would call them a clan.
You make me to remember the late part of the clip where he was saying, corruption, Mr. President, is with us, and we must fight it.
Exactly. So that is one of the fundamental things we need to deal with.
Yes.
How we are going to redirect our resources into productivity matters a lot.
Thank you.
And how we are going to manage the loan that we get from international
management
society.
Of loans.
Management matters a lot.
Yes, please.
Unfortunately, some of the big sum of money that the country borrows does not specifically do the right job. Some of them are diverted. And that is a big challenge that we have in this country.
Thank you.
Otherwise, currently, the economy is under pressure. The country is actually on a time bomb. There's a big challenge.
Are we having hope as you say good night to the viewers?
Yeah, there can only be hope if we collectively work together.
Yes.
If the sitting government accept to let sectorial department perform their duties, if they don't create mismatch in managing the economy.
Thank you so much, dear guests. It has been a pleasure. And the viewers, I believe we have benefited a lot from this discussion. And we don't only give the responsibility to the state in this matter of post-COVID recovery to stabilize our economy. The policies which are being proposed by the government at a level where we are should be strict to ensure that there is effective implementation of these policies. The regulations, as the dear guests were recommending, that there should be a deliberate policy proposal and basically to enact some of the laws that will enforce the implementation of some of the policy initiative, but not leaving aside the allocation of resources both at the family level and at the national level. We will continue to deliberate on such, proposed solutions, but should now go beyond deliberation. And you who's over there will be part of the solution providing populacy, so that we can come out from not only to lament and comment, but we move our nation to the next level. Thank you for viewing Smart 24. Come once again next time, Monday, again during the program of The Point. Good night, viewers. God bless you.